Hi, I'm Dr. Courtney Klein, psychologist at the Catalyst Center, and I wanted to talk with you a bit today about getting through the holiday season using boundaries that you know are good for you and could then help you to kind of do well in family and tradition situations. Because what I understand is with more boundaries that we can make sure we commit to, we are actually freed up to really enjoy ourselves and have a good holiday. And so I broke that out into two kind of separate categories. So one would be thinking about the boundaries that would be helpful for you over the course of the holiday season. So something like a trip or having visitors, spending time away. I would like to encourage you to think about the length of time that might be helpful for you to stay with someone, say the in-laws. And a lot of people end up saying that about 3 days, 3 nights is a good enough time to really get all those traditions in and have those experiences, but that if you commit to that for yourself, you then might feel like that was not too long and something you can count on for when that's going to be over and when you actually get to go back home or they get to go home. And then another way to think about that would be to have a trip is what you're doing for the holidays, and then a vacation could come later. So usually a vacation is more enjoyable. Very often a vacation is not with family members, but with friends and chosen loved ones. And so you might consider doing the trip for those 3 days or so for the holiday, and then kind of treating yourself to something like a staycation or a vacation afterwards that could really kind of fill you back up again and end that boundary you set with for yourself with something pretty good. Another way to incorporate boundaries would be to do that at the actual event. So if we're thinking about something like a holiday dinner, to think in terms of who at that dinner you'd like to spend time with, whose conversation might get a little too long or a little too uncomfortable, say something going political with a relative like an uncle and needing to have expectations for how you might be able to leave the room, how you might be able to end that conversation, setting that boundary for yourself. You could then volunteer to help clear the table. You could also have offered that you do some of the cooking so that you can kind of set those limits for yourself about where you're going to be at the event, what you're going to be doing. And so then you can count on having made some of those kind of boundaries and then therefore using those to start a conversation, get out of a conversation, have a better experience, know that you don't have to kind of stay too long in one area and potentially be stressed or uncomfortable. So I hope that in kind of thinking about what you need, what you would respond to, what would make you feel good, you can have a much more enjoyable, boundary-filled holiday season.